Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Tech and Productions. Today, I have one of my new favorite deck profiles for y'all. It is my Pilaf deck, and as you all see in the title, yes, this went undefeated. Granted, undefeated for my locals, which was 4 rounds. I took on a Bulma blocker deck. I took on a black Broly deck that incorporated the Vegeta stuff. Well, the Vegeta and the Trunks that get to play if they're milled. A Boo deck and a Shinron deck, which was pretty awesome. So I'm pretty excited this deck went pretty much 4-0. And yeah, let's get into this. But before that, keep in mind, if you guys enjoy our content, hit that like, subscribe button in the comments down below. Let us know how you're all doing. Let us know if there's anything you want us to particular build. Will build any deck. Just put it down the list, and I'll all right, cool, I'll get to it. Speaking of which, we do have like 3 or 4 profiles that have been requested. Because of them have been recorded, we're just trying to get all the set 10 stuff out as soon as possible first before we go back into the requested builds. So just letting you all know who have requested decks in the past, we got it written down. But if you have a new one, put it in the comments down below. Let's get into this deck profile though. So this is Pilaf. When this card attacks, draw 1 card, which already makes it one of Fluff's favorite cards because he's openly stated that any leader who doesn't draw on attacks is a bad leader. So when your life is 4 or less, or you have 3 or more battle cards in play, you may switch you may switch up to 2 of your energies to active mode and flip this card over. Once awakened, retains that draw 1 when you attack. Pretty nice. But activate main. Once returned, choose up to 3 of your battle cards, place them into their owner's drop area, choose up to 1 of your red Unison cards, and it gains triple attack for the turn, which is pretty awesome. So, let's get into the actual profile now. Wouldn't be a Pilaf deck if I didn't play Pilaf's Castle, right? So this is a field card, which has an activate main. Switch this card to rest mode, then choose up to 1 of your red battle cards and place it into his owner's drop area. Choose up to 1 of your battle cards and it gains 5,000 power for a turn. It does have a auto. If your leader card is red Pilaf, and you choose 2 cards from your hand and place them at the bottom of your deck in any order, when you activate this card, draw 3 cards. So you just gotta go kaboom, KO, not KO, sorry, but put into the drop area, boost another card, then bottom deck 2 cards and draw 3. Pretty sweet. So it's just a nice way to cycling cards that I need back to my hand, or sorry, not back to my hand, but to my hand, and giving rid of cards that I feel like in the current deck I'm playing against isn't as good. Now, this is a 55 card deck, so I feel like playing 4 of the Pilaf Castle was pretty nice, especially because I only play 4 searchers. I play 2 of the Pilaf, which when this card is placed, look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 red Unison with a Pacific cost of 4, or 1 red Earthling with an energy cost of 4 or less than 1 of them, and add it to my hand. Mine pretty much does the same thing, but she doesn't search for the Unison card. It's just top 5 cards, search for up to 1 Earthling with energy cost 4 or less, then shuffle your deck afterwards. And we also play 3 of the 1-drop shoes, which is probably the best card in this deck. Now, granted, if your opponent knows what they're going up against, they're going to try to get rid of this card as soon as possible, because this is how your engine completely goes off. So, activate main. Place this card into its owner's drop area, choose the 1 red Pilaf or my card in your hand with energy cost of 2 or less, and play it. So, let's get rid of these 3. So, your options: 1 Pilaf, energy cost 2 or less. The Dragon Ball Chasers. So, unique. If your leader card is Pilaf and you have 3 or more mono red energy, when this card is played from your hand, play up to 1 red my card and up to 1 red Shu card with energy cost 2 or less from your deck, then shuffle your deck. Now, that plays the my, or if I happen to play the my of the Shu would play the Pilaf, and both of them would play the Shu. So, turn 3, you swing with your leader. You activate main on Shu. If you have to pay energy for him first, go right ahead, that's fine. Play the Dragon Ball Chasers, plays the other 2 Dragon Ball Chasers. Now you have 3 battle cards on the field, maybe more depending on if you have the Searcher still there or not. Because you have 3 or more battle cards, you can free play Mercenary Talent. If your leader card is red and you have 3 or more non-token battle cards in play this card from your hand and it gains crit. So now that's 4 battle cards for only potentially 1 energy, which is pretty sweet. Now, what I would like to do at this point is either use 1 more energy for another 1-drop, just so I can tap 2 energy, because you have more than 3 battle cards in the field. You can now awaken to your front side, which restands 2 energy. Don't want to waste that energy, but if you have to, completely understandable. We've all been there. So now you got 4 battle cards. You awaken. We play our Unison, Shin Shiron. That's why I only play 2 of the Pilafs, because I don't play the Pacific cost 4 in this deck. I play the 3-drop, the 3 Pacific one. I like this one a lot better because his permanent allows your red card to attack your opponent's battle cards in active mode. So you're going against a deck that has some problem cards on the field. Go straight into them instead. +1, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and get minus 15,000 power for a turn. Or -2, look at your opponent's hand, choose up to 1 battle card with energy cost of 25,000. Sorry, not energy cost, battle power of 25,000 power or less, and then discard it, which is pretty awesome. So the idea strategy here is that once you have these 4 on here, you swing up all 4 of them. You activate Pilaf's effect to blow these 3 up to give him triple attack. So you've already swung and bleeded. Or maybe you haven't swung and bleeded and you just awaken, then you swing and bleed. Regardless. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks on turn 3. Now, if you happen to have it where your life is like practically perfect, or for some reason this has knocked your opponent down low enough, or they've hit you enough to where you're low enough, and you can combo with the Bulma, you can turn around and replay the shoe, and replay another one of these from your, sorry, not that one. Replay another one of these from your hand, either BMI or Pilaf, and go straight back into pulling all those other ones and getting potentially another 3 attacks out, which is pretty awesome. That's all hypothetical, right? I mean, it's not always going to be that way. But if it is, that Bulma card is a pretty awesome card. She also could play my 1-drop Babas, which, when the card is played, choose up to 1 red Earthling card in either in your leader area or battle area and gets plus 5,000 power for duration of turn. When you combo with this card from battle area, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and get that minus 5,000 power for duration of turn, which is pretty sweet. So you play her, then immediately combo her off. Now keep in mind, all those free plays only work if you combo her on your turn and if you and your opponent's lives are 8 or less. So, and then once you get to that point, you just activate Pilaf's Castle to kill Mercenary Tau. That way you get him off the board so you can play another one later on the road. But that way you can also bottom 2 cards and draw 3 new cards, just keeping your hand a little high, because that was a lot of cards you potentially could have just used just then. So, now it's your opponent's turn. Bulma's gone. Mercenary Tau is gone. You pretty much got your Unison left, unless you're able to go back into that shoe combo and get your 3 mechs out. But, so you just got your Unison out. Your opponent plays a card. You're like, okay, cool. Yamcha. It's a counterplay, and when this card is played, you choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards. You get minus 15,000 power for the turn. And then you can play this card for free as long as your Unison has 2 or more markers on it, which is pretty awesome. Now keep in mind, if your opponent is paying for the card, Yamcha will not hit the card that's being played because he plays before that card, so going to target the other 2 other battle cards. Now, if they're using a skill to play a card, it's a completely different story, but that's all about window timing 1 and 2, and that's a long conversation for some people, so we're not going to get into that one. Now, if your opponent were to attack with either a leader card or a battle card, we do play 2 of the Wolfang Fist, which is also a free card to play. And if your leader card, if your leader card is mono red, choose to 1 of the attacking battle cards or leader cards ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 15,000 power, which for the battle, which is pretty cool. It helps potentially stop a problem card, or if your opponent's trying to swing up their lead, get some fun stuff off. Like, no, I'm just gonna do that, make your leader 0. So if you want to combo, you can. You're just wasting cards at this point. So let's move all of that. Now, another defensive strategy I play in this deck is Android 17. Because negate the attack, then play this card. Then choose up to 1 of your red battle cards with an energy cost of 1 in your drop area and play it, which goes into either the Baba one of my searchers, or my favorite go-to, the one-drop shoe. That way, go back into the chain once again. I mean, it just rinse and repeat almost, which is pretty awesome. Now, if something were to happen to one of my Earthlings, either by one of my opponent's skills, and they're removed from the... So, I play 3. I'm just get straight to the chase. Play 3 Bulma the Bunny Girl. When one of your Earthling cards, other than Bulma, is removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill, doesn't necessarily have to be KO'd or it just has to be removed from the field by any means, sent back to a hand, moved to energy, stuff like that. Whatever it is. I don't know if there's a card that moves opponents, but there's a card that puts opponent's battle card to their energy. Yeah, so if it's removed from the battle area by any means, you can free play her, and then she searches through your drop for a battle card of energy cost 4 or less. Yamcha, the Desert Hyena, which is a phenomenal closer if you have to use them. So, permanent. One leader's red, so he gets plus 10,000 power from the very beginning, so he's a 30,000 battle card all of a sudden. With 2 autos. Once per turn, during your attack, where this card is attacking your opponent, and your opponent activates a counter skill, switch this card to activate. So I'm like, okay, cool, swing to your battle card. They're like, negate. And I'm like, okay, cool. He just restands and then swing again. Now, if they don't have a second negate and it goes to the battle card and they can't out combo it, his second auto procs, which, when this card KOs an opponent's battle card, switch this card to active mode, and it gets plus 10,000 power and triple attack for the turn. So now I swing to my opponent's leader, 40,000 card battle card with triple attack. That could be game, depending on how far you've pushed your opponent. That could possibly be game. Now, some other form of closures, besides obviously giving my Unison a triple attack, we do play the 6-drop Pilaf machine, the Master Bot. So, he has triple attack. Active main for 3 red energy. You send 1 Pilaf, 1 Mai, and 1 Shu card from your drop area to its warp, and then play this card from your hand. Now, that's a nice little battle card, 25,000, triple attack, sweet. When this card, though, is removed from battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, choose up to 1 Pilaf machine ostrich form from your hand, drop area, or deck, play it, then shuffle the deck if you look through it. And we only play 2 of them, only because it states so many different... It says drop area, hand, or deck. So, you don't need to play a lot. I only play 2 just in case one happens to be in my life. That way I'm guaranteed to at least see it. Of course, that's only saying that they kill it or remove it by a skill. Now, for a little protection, I do play the after-image technique. Now, granted, this is my 54 out of 55 cards. As you can tell, I don't play Topo in this deck. I ultimately, if I wanted to spend 2 energy on negate, it's 17 because he sets up more of my 1-drops again. So I go right back into the same engine once more. And also, if I happen to tap out, I can still use After Image as a way of negating by taking a life. So I felt like this was the better choice in the long run. I did test the idea of Topo. I just didn't feel like it was great. Don't get me wrong. If I were to make a side deck for this deck, Topo would definitely be in that side deck, just in case I come across another aggro-based deck. So, now my 55th card, if my math is correct, it's a red deck. So I'm playing the Frieza's Army Reborn, which is one of my favorite secret rares. Has quadruple strike. When this card, so your life is 2 or less, reduce the energy cost of this card by 3, so it becomes a 5 cost. And when you play this card, your opponent reveals their hand. You choose 1 card from your opponent's hand, place it into the drop area. Then you choose all of your opponent's battle cards with 40,000 power or less, ignoring barrier, and KO them. Such an amazing card, because with red getting a bigger out there as well, if they happen to have a Bulma Bunny Girl in their hand, I would get rid of that card first and then destroy their field, so then they couldn't use her effect, because you remove the card first before it pops the cards. Or, if your opponent happens to have that 1 negate that will stop this attack, you just get rid of that negate instead. So, it's pretty sweet. Like I said, it's one of my favorite secret rares. And that is my quote-unquote undefeated Pilaf deck. Granted, like I said, it was only 4 rounds that it went, so I'm pretty proud of it. If there's anything you all think I could do to improve upon it or tweak or change it, or any opinions you have on it, definitely throw it my way. I'm still going to be testing this deck to find if I can find a better ratio, or if there are other cards could be thrown in here and other cards could be taken out. But I feel like right now it's pretty good. I seem to be doing pretty well with it. And I'm saying too many times, so we're going to go ahead and end this video now. So like always, thanks for tuning in and enjoying our content. We appreciate everything you all do for us, and hopefully you all enjoy what we bring you all. So with that being said, read your cards, know your plays, and like always, fluff out.